Hey everybody, get on in here. It's tea time. We got lots to talk about today. Come on in here. We're going to draw something out of my little teapot in a second. I think that's the one we're using right now. Get some tea. Oh, it's hot. It's jasmine and Earl Grey and let's see, oolong and what else? Matcha. And I put some lemon zest in it. So it's a little bit different right now. Just a little tingly taste. Y'all get on in here. When we get over 150 in here, we will draw a rabbit out of the hat. Rabbit out of our little pot. I'm so excited. I was sworn to secrecy this morning. This morning, it's just been a good day. It's July the 1st, and it's the birthday of one of our newest fly babies. Yep. Jack and Kathy Scroy have a brand new grandbaby girl. She was born at 4:35 this morning. She weighed 7 pounds and 1 ounce. I don't know how long she was, but we are so excited. Her name is Sophia Rosalie Scroy. So keep little Miss Sophia and her mommy and daddy, Alicia and John, in your prayers. We have a new baby in the family, and we're all so excited. Just excited. Poor Alicia, the baby was late getting here. And she's a little tiny thing, the mommy is, and she gave birth to a big old baby girl. So we are just happy as we can be and thankful to the good Lord for taking care of them. So we got our little, and I'm gonna dig around in here and get me a. You know, Patty and I had so much fun. Let me make sure this is just one. Yep, it's just one. I got it right here. Okay, I'm going to put that to the back so I'll know that tomorrow we're going to do the owl. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is a good one. This is a good one. This is a good one. Be better than you are. Imagine that. Be better than you are. I know our First Lady has a campaign that she works with children on. It's called Be Best. But we know our insides. And if we'll just act like be the better part of yourself. Be the better person. Be better than you are. And I consider myself a good person. I help others. I try to not kill things. I don't even like to. I saved a dragonfly a while ago. So be better than you really are. I think Scott Adams said that the other day, because we all get caught up in our egos. And if we will be better than we really are, we can change the world. We really can. So I'm going to fold this back up. Be better than we are. I love this. I don't know how that came up, but Scott Adams mentioned something about our ego, and if we would just reach outside of ourselves and do something better. Go that extra mile. I remember I used to be resentful when my sister Leanne would need money. And I think she just needed money to help Benjamin. But if she would ask for $50, I was trying to not be resentful. And God forgive me. But if she asked for 50, I would give her more than she asked. I would send her 100. And it was for me to let go of being resentful. So I would go that extra mile. Think about the Good Samaritan. Think about the Good Samaritan. They saw this poor beat up man on the side of the people did. Saw them on the side of the road, people that were supposed to take care of others. And they would go to the other side of the road to keep from helping them. And then finally, this man who was a Samaritan, who wasn't supposed to be helpful in any way, he bound up the man's wounds. He took him someplace to get him taken care of. He helped him. He paid for him to stay there. He went the extra mile. He went the extra mile. So, be better than you really are. Go that extra mile. Help others. And just bless others with who you are. And go above and beyond all that you can. Because when you recognize you're doing something and you're being resentful or hateful or negative in some way, turn it around. I know many years ago when Justin was about 9, I had bad feelings toward my father. Really bad feelings toward him. And this is about forgiveness too. And those bad feelings, and I had started, I guess it was for Lent, but we didn't really do Lent in the church I grew up in. But I started praying for my father. I started praying to release the negativity that I had toward him and recognize our relationship as one that Mother had put a roadblock in. She had brainwashed us against him. And they were married for 10 years or more. And they were married for 12 years is what they were married for. And I was 10 years old when he left our family. And it was just sad. And we grew up without a father, but it wasn't until I was grown that I recognized what happened. And children grow up and they know when they've been brainwashed. So don't throw away your children's father's pictures. Don't do that. But be better than you really want to throw them away, but don't do it. Don't do it. Be better than you really are. And when Patty called and said, Daddy wants to come and see you. And I said, okay. And he came to my house. He met Justin. I got to meet my baby brother for the first time. And just step outside yourself. When you don't think you want to do something, just do it. Do one more thing. Even the prodigal son. Think about the prodigal son taking his half of his inheritance and leaving, and then realizing after things don't change. People are after you for one thing a lot of times. He went off into another country, spent all his money, and then lo and behold, he's feeding the pigs, and the pigs are eating better than he is. And he decides to go back home to his father. And his father greets him with open arms. His father didn't have to do that. His father did not have to open his arms and kill the fatted calf and put a ring on his finger and put a robe around him. He didn't have to do that. He ran to him. He did better than he wanted to. But maybe he wanted to treat his son well. But most of us wouldn't have done that. Most of us would have been resentful in some way. And the older brother was. I don't know if it was the older brother, but his brother was resentful. So be a good deed doer. Help others. Help others. Be better than you are. Go that extra mile. And that kindness will be returned. I know Rita Davenport taught me in 1980 something. I got her audio tapes and I listened to them over and over and over again. And one of the things she taught me in listening to these audio tapes was what you think about, you bring about. What you think about, you bring about. And the beauty of that is we need to think on good things. We need to think on wholesome things. We need to think on loving things. We need to say, I am strong. It comes back to this a lot. It's bring it back home. Now, Rita also taught me what goes around comes around. Think about it. What goes around comes around. And she said they'd be riding in the car and her daddy would see somebody with a flat tire on the side of the road, and if Rita would be upset because she's got to go to cheerleading practice, and her dad would stop and fix this tire for this young woman, and he would say to his daughter, what goes around comes around. Because if you're stranded on the side of the road with a flat tire, I want somebody to stop and help you and want nothing for it. What goes around comes around. It happened to my attorney. He told this story, and he really thinks it was an angel. He had a flat tire on I-40 coming back from Raleigh one time, and he didn't have a jack. For some reason, the jack wasn't in the car, and he couldn't change the tire. And some good old boy stopped in a truck and changed his tire from him. And he still thinks to this day, that it was an angel that stopped and helped him. Because, so what goes around comes around. Be the best part of you that you can be, and then go a little bit more. It doesn't hurt anybody. All it does is help you. Because when you do a good deed for someone, it's going to come back to you. I was talking about my granddaughter the other day, that Justin needed to teach her how to change a tire and how to jack a car up. She's only 13. I learned these things when I was 13. We need to teach our children how to do things. And there's a YouTube video for it. I guarantee it. I guarantee there's a YouTube video. If you can YouTube, you can figure out how to do it. But we didn't have YouTube when I was 13. We had instruction manuals, which were difficult. But teaching people, when you get stranded on the side of the road, don't stand by your car. Get up in the woods away from your car, because this is how police officers get killed. They're by the car and somebody is like zoned out. You get away from the car and your life will be saved. And Robert had a flat tire not long ago. He got new tires last Monday, thank the Lord. And he had a flat tire and there was no place to pull off. So he just drove home on his flat. Did it hurt his rim? Nope. And it didn't matter if it did. he was going to be safe. So he just drove on home and he changed it at home. Yep, I have a 13-year-old granddaughter. I have a 17-year-old, almost 17-year-old grandson. So, folks, be better than you are. Take a little time today to go that extra mile, to help something. See, going that extra mile is, that's what the Good Samaritan, he went above and beyond. He was being better than he was. I love you all. Sorry to get upset. But I get upset when I think about Leanne. See you later. See you tomorrow at 11 o'clock.